The throne chamber thundered under the relentless assault outside. Once believed to be eternal, the crystal-forged walls of the Xylarian palace now quivered with cracks as enemy shells ripped through the capital. Queen Sarthes stood resolute before her seat of power, her polished silver carapace shimmering dimly beneath the fractured light streaming from the ruined stained-glass dome above. Around her circled 8 towering insectoid guards, warriors bred from the strongest lineages of her people. Their spears trembled slightly, antennae twitching in unease. The war had stretched on for 3 brutal years. Years of attrition, starvation, and endless sieges. The once mighty empire of Xylaria had been ground down to ruins beneath the advance of the Threx dominion. Now, as the monstrous cries of enemy beasts echoed closer, Sarthes longed for her sworn protectors to stand firm. But as the reinforced palace gates shook, splintering beneath a devastating blast, she saw it. The falter in their eyes. The unthinkable happened. Her guards looked once to her, then to each other. With a hiss in the old tongue, "Forgive us, my queen!" they broke and fled. All but one. In the chamber remained a lone figure, neither insectoid nor Xylarian. A man clad in battered composite armor, his insignia scorched away, rifle nearly useless after months of battle. A human auxiliary, Private Daniel Reeve. Sarthes blinked in disbelief. Why remain, off-worlder, when even my own kin desert me? Daniel adjusted the strap of his cracked rifle and forced a grin through bloodied lips. Where I'm from, Majesty, we don't run at the beginning of the end. He hadn't been meant to be here at all. One of thousands of humans conscripted into the war after Earth signed a pact with Xylaria, Daniel was assigned merely as a liaison. Yet the war had thrown him from one slaughterhouse battlefield to the next. By fate or cruel chance, he'd been posted to the Queen's capital guard shortly before the siege began. The Xylarians hadn't trusted him. To them, humans were frail mammals, thin-skinned, soft, easy to wound, lacking armor or venom. Yet Sarthes had seen something else, a defiance that would not bend. Scars carried like medals. In him burned a stubbornness rare even among her people. And now, as her own soldiers abandoned her, that stubbornness ignited. The throne doors burst open with a deafening crash. The Threx stormed inside, hulking reptilian warriors in jagged armor, plasma rifles glowing, their guttural cries rattling the chamber. Behind them lumbered a siege beast, a monstrous 4-legged brute with jaws strong enough to crush tanks. Sarthes lifted her scepter defiantly. "I am Sarthes, Queen of Xylaria. Strike me if you dare. But no. My people's vengeance will echo beyond the stars." The enemy commander laughed, a gravelly growl. "Your people? Dust and memory." He raised his weapon. Daniel moved before thought. He leapt into the line of fire, shielding the queen as a plasma bolt slammed into his armor. The searing heat tore through his ribs, nearly dropping him, but he held fast, teeth clenched. Sarthes's multifaceted eyes widened. "Stay behind me," Daniel growled, raising his rifle. His bullets roared, dropping one Threx. Another surged forward. Chaos exploded. Plasma seared the crystalline walls, shards raining down. Daniel fought with savage precision, ducking behind shattered pillars, always keeping his broken body between the queen and death. His armor smoked, his blood flowed freely, yet still he fought. Xylarians would have retreated to calculate, but this human did not yield. He fought with desperation born of nothing but will. More enemies stormed in. Daniel's rifle clicked empty. With a curse, he drew his combat blade, slashing at claws and armored hides. "Any chance this palace has an escape tunnel?" he barked between blows. "There is," Sarthes admitted, voice strained, "but it leads beyond the city walls. It will not save me." "Maybe not," Daniel panted, gutting another foe. "But it'll keep you breathing long enough to matter." They hacked their way to the hidden passage. The siege beast lunged, its fangs crushing into Daniel's shoulder plate, tearing through steel. He screamed but rammed his knife into its eye until it reeled back. Sarthes, stunned, realized he wasn't just guarding her. He was tearing himself apart to ensure she lived. They staggered into the tunnel. Daniel shoved her forward, then collapsed, breath ragged. "Why?" Sarthes demanded, her composure cracking. "You are not of my people. You owe me no allegiance. Why give everything?" Daniel looked up, blood in his teeth, eyes fierce. "Because someone has to. You're their symbol. If you fall, they fall. And if I'm the last one left to stand in the way, then so be it." For the first time in cycles, the queen felt something stir. Not despair, but respect. Together, they fled the ruined city. Daniel's body weakened with each step, but still he shielded her. Still he pushed forward. At night, he refused rest, guarding her when he could barely stand. And Sarthes watched, realizing that though humans lacked armor and venom, they possessed something her empire had long forgotten: raw courage. Then, salvation. Days later, Earth's fleet arrived, answering the signal from Daniel's last desperate transmission. Human warships descended, cannons blazing, scattering the Threx lines. Half-conscious, Daniel smiled faintly at the sound of humanity's thunder. Sarthes knelt over him, refusing to let him slip away. "Do not close your eyes, human. You have given me more than loyalty. You have reminded me what it means to fight." Daniel chuckled weakly. "Glad I could help." His body sagged into her arms. When the palace was reclaimed, human troops found an alien queen cradling a battered soldier, her last defender, refusing to let him go.